How's it going, guys? Alex here. Welcome back to another Dokkan Battle video, and today I'm going to be showcasing the Transcended Ultra Rare Gohan. That is right, the Transcended Ultra Rare version of LR Gohan. I went ahead and reversed awakened him just so that I can compare how good he is to the LR version. Granted, he is going to be inferior, but I want to see the biggest difference between the LR form and the Transcended Ultra Rare form. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a great day as always, and if you do enjoy today's video, consider leaving a like and subscribing if you are new. Now, I already recorded this video, but I wasn't really too happy with the final product, so I am going to do it again for you guys. And again, like I said, he is going to be inferior, but I want to see how much of a difference there is. And you have to keep in mind that the LR Gohan consistently hits, well, his attack stat is consistently over 1 million just because of what he can do. And of course, the biggest difference between the Transcended Ultra Rare version and the LR version is that he doesn't have Mega Colossal damage, he doesn't get as much of an increase from his passive, and of course he doesn't have that self-sufficient passive either. But one of the differences actually that I believe, yeah, so if you have a look at the LR card, causes Mega Colossal damage, which is the biggest difference by far. But the Gohan is also self-sufficient because he gives himself an additional orb per orb obtained, and he also gets an 18% attack boost per orb obtained. Now, if we go over to the Transcended Ultra Rare one, he actually raises his own attack for one turn, which is something the LR version doesn't have. He only gets a 15% attack boost per orb obtained, and he isn't self-sufficient. So he is missing out on a few things. Of course, his stats aren't as high, which is one of the things that leads to how hard the LR Gohan can hit. But the biggest thing by far is the fact that the Transcended Ultra Rare Gohan does not have colossal damage, and that is the biggest reason why the LRs hit so hard. So, start things off with the LR Gohan. Of course, just going to hit insanely hard, over 1 million, and he is missing out on the biggest attack links by far, which is Super Saiyan and Fifth Battle. He isn't going to have any problem super attacking and hitting over 1 million because of type advantages, and of course, the fact that he's just absolutely insane. But if we quickly move on to, oh, never mind. I was about to say this, we quickly move on to the Transcended Ultra Rare one. I'm actually going to put Rage Trunks in the last spot, just so he comes back round with the Transcended Ultra Rare one. And just wait till you see how much of a difference there actually is between his Transcended Ultra Rare one and the LR one, because there definitely is a notable difference there. And honestly, the Transcended Ultra Rare Gohan is pretty average in comparison to some of the other units, and you will see why. Not to say that he is bad by any means, so you have to keep in mind that we aren't even trying him out at his best. Of course, his best is going to be the LR form, which just blows every other unit in the game out of the water. At the moment, of course. Until now, there hasn't been anyone that even comes close to Gohan, just because of how broken that passive is. And, oh, they don't even link up with each other. So, let's count the amount of orbs here. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I believe that's 11 orbs if I count those correctly. He doesn't have the Super Saiyan Link active and no Fierce Battle active. Let's see how hard he is going to hit here. So overall, he is missing out on 30% attack boost. Let's see. Let us see. So just under half of what LR Gohan is doing. But let's be fair here. He is missing out on a few attack links. So let's wait for him to be paired up with the Rage Trunks before we give, you know, before we say anything. So let's see. Can this Wii stun, actually? I'm not certain if this Wii can stun. But I'm pretty certain that actually depends if Vegeta comes in clutch or not. Because Vegeta can get an additional super attack. And if he does, could be the end there. Right. And let's not take too much damage in return. 53k. Right, here we go, Vegeta. Show us what you can do. And to be fair, majority of the links aren't active for Vegeta either, but it's not like, oh, yep, you got the additional alright, but it had to be a normal attack. And now we have the buff Goku, who should really be a pretty strong card, but for some reason they decided to make him a support unit. That's not the point. So, we finally have the Rage Trunks and the Gohan together. I wonder if this will take him out. You know what, I would rather not risk it, but this is pretty much every single attack link active. So that is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I believe this way it's actually going to give him more orbs than the left way. So Fist Battle active, Super Saiyan active. How hard is Gohan going to hit? You know what? Leave your predictions in the comment section down below. 12 orbs collected. All of his major attack links active. Let's see. 700k. And that is extremely low in comparison to the LR Gohan with just a small amount of orbs collected. You know what? Let's just quickly show you guys an example. So if I was to grab these with Vegeta, and you know, let's grab this with Gohan. Okay, so like the previous rotation, we have the majority of his major attack links active. He is getting the boost from Whis as well, and this was without colossal damage. Keep that in mind, without colossal damage, with just a single int type orb collected. Please don't kill me. Low key, I could have died there. So, with just a single int type orb collected, there is clearly a massive difference there. And that was without colossal damage. I can't speak. And that was without colossal damage, keep that in mind. So let's put him here, actually. Let's activate that Kamehameha link. And I am going to heal up here real quick. Right, so let's collect these orbs. So we have 5 orbs, which is way more than the LR Gohan collected. And of course, I know from facts that LR Gohan is going to be hitting harder 99% of the time. I just want to show you guys how much of a difference there actually is. And just seeing if he compares to the LR form at all. And wow. It's not to say that he isn't good by any means, but the thing that drags the Transcended Ultra Rare version down is the nuking. And I know that it doesn't really make sense because the reason why the LR Gohan is so good is because of the nuking, but it works so much better with him because he does have colossal damage. He has like some of the best attack links in the game, which help out massively. And you know, the fact that he also gets an 18% attack boost per orb obtained is crazy. But the thing that makes the biggest difference by far is that he is self-sufficient, and the fact that he does have mega colossal damage, because that modifier makes a massive difference. If I'm not mistaken, mega colossal is like a 400% 12 key multiplier, or 18 key multiplier I should say. I could be wrong, but it's definitely very high in comparison to the majority of the other units. And as you can see here, it makes a massive difference. And this is without the LR Gohan being paired up with the Rage Trunks, which is by far his best partner in the game. And it's actually good that I'm running both in the same team, because initially I was planning on running a double Transcended Ultra Rare lead, but by running the LR version and Transcended Ultra Rare version, you can see the biggest difference when you use them both in the same team. Right, so let's grab these with the Trunks. And is this actually going to be more than last time? It's actually less. Okay. I will try to get a Dokkan mode with the Trunks at the very least. But boost from Whis active again. So, to be fair, it's going to range massively from 400k to 800k. I think 800k is honestly his peak, and that's if he collects a ton of orbs. Even with the boost from a support unit, he isn't quite there yet. But again, like, it depends on who he is paired up with. If he is constantly paired up with that Rage Trunks, then he is most likely going to be hitting for 600k consistently. But anything other than that, it's going to be pretty average. But again, it comes back to the fact that he isn't a nuker. And again, you see a massive difference there. His attack stat is 2 million when he collects like just that amount of orbs, which is crazy. And he just hits like an absolute madman. But again, I'm not like trying to say that the Transcended Ultra Rare version had any chance at all. But it's just nice to compare how much of a difference there actually is, because you rarely get to see the Transcended Ultra Rare version in action. But let's go ahead and grab these. Gonna get the Dokkan mode here. And of course, if you want me to do this with the other LRs, just let me know in the comment section down below, and I will try my very best to do so. But it definitely was fun to try out the Transcended Ultra Rare form of the LR Gohan, just because I think this is my very first time actually trying him out like this. And again, when you pick up a unit, you never really use them in their unawakened form. So it's nice to see that I am capable of trying out a unit like this. And I should probably try to do this a bit more often. And 1.2 mil. Okay, that's more like it. There we go. A bit closer to what the LR version can do. But again, that mostly comes down to the fact that this particular stage doesn't have too much defense. I'm trying to like take so much away from Gohan. Like, yeah, you're just not as good as the LR form, which of course is expected. But Gohan is basically going to one-shot here. And let's grab these with Whis. I don't really know why they fluctuated the event so much. That's not the right word. They basically changed the event so much. You had certain events that had a ton of defense, and then the next one is like no defense, which kind of made it super easy. But I guess the potential system just throws that out of the window anyway, so it doesn't matter that much. But let's try to finish things off here with the Transcended Ultra Rare version. This is actually not a bad setup, because we do activate pretty much every single attack link here, because normally we wouldn't activate the Kamehameha link because Rage Trunks doesn't have the Kamehameha, of course. But debuff. Goku does have that link, of course. So how hard is he going to hit here? So to be fair, it's not bad by any means. And if you can get dupes for Gohan, like if he managed to get a dupe, congrats. But if you can manage to get dupes for Gohan in his Transcended Ultra Rare form, he actually performs pretty damn well. Granted, it's still not on the level of LR Gohan, but he's a pretty solid unit. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy the video as always, and if you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. Let me know in the comment section down below which LR you want me to do next, and I will try my very best to do so. But I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you all in the next one.